doing is doing some review, and we're going to do a new lesson. So right now, what you guys can do is just don't have to write this down, but pay attention to the points. Because remember, we're going to get in the habit of writing these down so that you guys know what your expectations are. So our first point is we're going to demonstrate place value. You're going to also demonstrate comparing and ordering numbers. Who said that? That was good. Good job, Kyrie. Good job, right now. And we're going to also practice rounding. And lastly, trading.
Addition or subtraction.
I like how you guys are anticipating what I'm going to say, which means that you guys are trying to keep track of the pattern. That's awesome. But I would like for you guys to kind of raise your hand just so that it's less disruptive. Okay? Remember? Okay. Thank you. So trading and addition. Okay. So we basically went through everything thus far this school year besides trading and addition. And honestly, I know that you guys at least been exposed to this in prior years because we really kind of get at you guys with this in 3rd grade. However, we just want to make sure that we prepare for the test, and I want to make sure that you guys master it. Okay? So here's what you guys are going to do before we get started. Before we get started, I would like for you guys to take this number that I'm going to place on the board. It's a number sentence. You're going to take it, you're going to put it in column form. Who remembers when we talked about column form? Okay, could you explain to us, Tristan, what is column form? Exactly. If you guys recall us looking at place value, remember, rows go from, and this is just some scratch work for some reminders. Rows goes from left to right. And we talked about how columns goes from top to bottom. Exactly. So, what I'm going to have you guys do is take this number sentence I'm going to place on the board. It's going to be in row form, meaning from left to right. You guys are going to rewrite it from top to bottom, okay? That's all you got to do. You don't have to solve it. I do not want you to solve it. You're going to simply write this number sentence take it from left to right and put it in top to bottom. Thumbs up if you understand. Sideways thumbs if you don't. It's a good chance to practice that. And downward thumbs if you completely just don't get it. Okay, so, for example, here's a number. Do not copy this one down. Here's number 20 plus 132 plus 5. Who can raise hand and tell me what form is this number in? What form is this number in, Raquel? Is it in column or is it in row form? It's in row form. Why do you say that? Because it's going from left to right. Good.
Oh, now I get it.
Okay.
Now I get it.
Awesome. So what you guys are going to do is take this number sentence and rewrite it from left to right to column, which is top to bottom.
Yes, I remember.
Now, where do I want you guys to put this at? We're going to be working out of our book. So what I want you guys to do is flip to the very first page of your book. Of your workbooks. So, it should be your very first page. This would be your blank page, okay? You guys see?
Yes.
So, everybody do this right now. I'm going to come around and check and see if everybody got on this page. So, do that. In your workbook, turn to the very first page. That's fine. That's good. That's great. First page. Okay. She's got it. This row is ready. See, the second row is ready. Third row, good job. Fourth row. Okay. So this is just a check, okay? This isn't necessarily the lesson that everybody's going to do. This is just something I want to see if everybody can do, okay? So, if you can take this number and put it in column form in the correct way, go ahead and do that now. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Give me a sideways thumbs if you don't. Give me a downwards thumbs if you don't understand how, okay? And I'm going to come around and check you guys. Be patient, though, because it's one me, and it's a lot of you. Just like always, guys, I might not be able to check you, but once I see some of those other students or some of your pupils in the class whose answers are right, they will come and check everybody in your row once you put your thumb in. I like the way that even though some of you guys who had your thumb up, I might not have picked you for the prefect. Excuse me, Raquel, just 1 second. I like how, even though I did not pick you guys for a prefect, that you guys actually didn't lose your cool and were team players and just waited patiently until your prefect could check you. If you don't get it, don't worry, because we're going to go over this together. Okay. Okay, clap once if you can hear my voice. That goes for everybody. Clap twice if you can hear my voice. Clap 3 times if you can hear my voice. Eye contact, hand in the air. Thank you, Mr. Cornell. We'll wait for a second until you finish writing down. When he's ready, he's going to join us. Okay. Thank you. Everybody may put your hands down. Thank you for giving your undivided attention. All right, so right now, if you were somebody who put a thumbs up, show me right now. If you're somebody who got it, and you know you have it, thumbs up. Okay? Good job. Hands down. If you're someone who kind of sort of got it, but it was kind of confusing, give me a sideways thumbs. Okay, that's fine. And let's talk about something for a minute. School is about what? Getting education. So, you guys are at what grade? 5th. So, is this the last grade of school?
No.
No, so you're telling me that there's more learning that we all can do, right?
Yeah.
So since everybody can still learn more, it doesn't matter whether you're here, or there. Because guess what? We're all still progressing. So good job, guys, for showing that you had the sideways thumbs and maybe not joining a popular group. What about anybody who had a downward thumbs? Anybody who had a downward thumb? Okay. How you doing, Annie? Here's what I'm going to have you guys do next. Okay? After we solve this problem, I'm going to have you guys, based on what thumb symbol you gave, you're going to do a couple of different problems for me, okay? But we're going to solve this first. First off, you look at a number, you have to recognize what place values do it cover. So in other words, when we look at the number 20, who can raise their hand and tell me what place values do the number 20 cover? Just tens. It covers the tens place. Yep. So that'd be the T for tens. And it covers the ones, or we call it units as well. It covers a 0 in the units place. Good. What about the 132? What place value does that cover, Kyla?
What is a verb?
So we have an extra place value, meaning the hundreds. So we have 1 in the hundreds place, 3 in the tens place, and a 2 in the ones or units place. Nikaya, thanks for raising your hand. Oh, we didn't get to it yet, but thank you for reminding me in case I did forget. And what place value and Nakia does the 5 place. The ones. So this is important that we line up our numbers when we're putting them on top of each other in column form in their right places. Because, for example, what would happen? Who could tell me what would happen if we simply put the 5, say, in the wrong place? Say we put the 5 in the hundreds. Before you guys tell me, I'm going to give you guys a minute to turn and talk to at least a couple of people, meaning 2 people, and tell them what do you think will be the problem with that. So do that right now. Or you can tell me if there's nobody around to talk to.
And nobody around to talk to.
Tell somebody else. So, hey, what's the problem? What's the problem with that? How would that work? What would be the problem with checking the 5 and putting it Somebody else will do that. Tell me how it works. Okay, what would be the problem? So what would be the problem with that? The hundreds will become a 6. I don't know if we'll actually change the digit to 6. So what is it?
Yeah, but she's not on my list anymore.
Okay. Raise your hand. Clap once if you're my voice. Clap twice if you're my voice. Clap 3 times if you're my voice. Hands and eye contact, everybody. Thank you. You guys did a wonderful job. You get quicker at that. You may let your hands down. Okay, raise your hand if you did not get to share with anybody. Good, good. I know you just got your hands on each other. All right, here's the thing. Who can raise a hand and tell us what happens to the 5 if you change the place? So taking that 5, which belongs in the ones or units place, and putting it in hundreds, what would have happened, Tristan? Interesting. Who could say that in their own words? I know exactly what you said. That's a good answer, Tristan. I like how Malik raised his hand without any noise or anything. Malik, what would you say? If you put the 5 in the hundreds place, the place value or the value of the digit will change. So are you saying that 5 is not the same as 500?
Nope.
So they don't equal each other, right?
No.
Exactly. So we have to be careful where we put the numbers. So in other words, we got a lot more in store, guys. For those of you, I apologize if you guys want to answer. But like I said, we want to take turns because we're a team. But there's more to come, okay? We're going to get to the fun stuff here pretty soon. Okay, so we have 2 plus the 5. They're both in the same place. That equals a 7. Trisha, could you give me 1 minute? And then in a minute, I'll come over here. And then we have a 2 and a 3 in the tens place. So together they equal 5. Good. And then we have a 1 by itself in the hundreds. So, so that's how we would do it, completely solving this problem and lining it up. But here's what I want you guys to do. Raise your hand if you gave me a thumbs up. If you were one of my students who gave a thumbs up, here's what I want you to do. Okay, so here's what you guys are going to do. This is going to be your independent practice. Who can tell me what does independent mean without blurting out? Who haven't I called on? Thank you, Isa, for raising your hand quietly. Say it again. What did he say it meant Rakim? What did he say it meant, Patrice? Working by herself. What you guys gonna do by yourself right now, where Mr. Buford is not gonna bother you anymore, I'm gonna just let you guys go and I'm gonna come around and help. Remember, what are the cues if you need help? That's if you're succeeding, right? By yourself. What are some of the cues if you need my assistance? Sideways cue, thumb,
Or down.
or down. Okay. So, everybody who had a thumbs up, what I'm gonna have you guys do right now is in your workbook. So workbook, you guys are gonna turn to page, so P is for page. You guys are gonna turn to page 11 and work on numbers 1, J, with the letter J, K, and L. So it might not make sense now, but as you guys get to the page, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a number 1,
And the J and the K.
J, K, and L on. Also, wait guys, it's not blurred out. Now some of you may have done that, but this is where I'm actually going to check it. Also, you guys are going to work on number 2, number 1 for that one. So 2, or not 1, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not looking at things right. 2L. And then you guys are going to work on number 3, G, and that's it. Now, for everybody, anybody had a thumbs down? And now remember, checking, most of us pretty much get the place value around it. We might not know exactly what they meant by lining up, but we're just working on it. So what I'm gonna have you guys do, just to double check that, is we're gonna work on, so this is people that had, let me label this. This would be thumbs up. So here you go, thumbs up group, this is what you guys work on, okay? If you guys have any questions while I'm explaining directions, just hold your question, okay? I'm about to come around, just putting the work up on the board right now, okay? Alright. Thank you. If you had a sideways thumbs or thumbs, so side thumbs, and you guys, nobody had a side, downward thumbs, but if you had a side thumbs, what you guys are going to work on is page 14, number 2, and you're going to do A, B, and C. Okay? Now, we're going to work on this for now. And that's all you're going to do. If you did a sideways thumbs, this is what I want you to do. And let me use a different colored marker so that you guys won't get confused. If you did a sideways, one second, okay? If you did a sideways thumbs, you guys are going to do this right here. If you did a thumbs up, you guys are going to work on workbook page 11, 1, numbers J, K, and L on. Or, I don't mean number J, letter J, number 1. Okay? The book can sometimes be a little confusing using letters and words. Okay. When you finish with that, as I'm walking around checking, give me a thumbs up. If you need help as you're working with that, as I'm walking around checking, you may give me a sideways thumbs. Okay? But ultimately, we need to be patient. Okay, let's make sure we're not blurting out. Okay, we don't want to get our name written down. Sometimes, boys and girls, if I can have your attention, it may not be me helping because I don't want to waste no more of your time than I need to. So if I find that someone's doing it and they really understand it, they may come around and help you, okay? And right now, I'm going to be my first prefect, okay? couple more minutes, guys, so try to hang in there if you haven't been helped yet. Make sure you guys, as my helpers, if you guys see somebody that's not being helped, let's try to go over and see what we can do. Good job. Okay, one more thing too, I will have to get permission for you guys to be helpers, okay? If I didn't designate you guys to be helpers, then I don't want you guys getting up, okay? And if you didn't get to do it this time, we try to make sure you guys get a turn. You have a long school year. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, one more minute, guys. Okay. I see you guys. I'm coming over in just a second, okay? I'll check it in. Okay, that minute has, excuse me, boys and girls, that minute has passed. I'm gonna give an extended minute because there are a couple of people who haven't been helped. But then we're gonna bring the class back together, okay? If, boys and girls, if you've been helped, you may do some more practice problems because I gave you guys more of the trickier ones and the level of work that we did, okay? So those of you who were working on the comparing and the place values, that was a little bit more of the trickier problem. So if you did that, you're trying to work on some more of the practice until we come back together. Maybe for something else.
9:20.
Okay, we have you guys 30 seconds in your seats, whether you finished or not. Everybody head to their seats. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 10 seconds. Excellent job. Thank you for having your voices at a level 0. Okay, so raise your hand, give me a thumbs up if you feel like you made some progress. If some things were cleared up, raise your hands, give me a show. If sorta, give me a sideways thumbs. You see, you can use this with everything. Or if you don't feel you had really much of it, you give a downward thumb. But I would like to just get an idea, so hold up one thumb, at least everybody right now. And it doesn't have to be a positive, it could be a thumbs down. Okay, or a sideways thumbs. What about you, Swan? Still deciding? Deciding? Okay. What about you, Hank? Alright, out here, right? You got it plastic. So we'll work later. Okay. We have about 4 minutes left of class. What I'm going to have you guys do is we're going to sort of rotate, okay? So what I mean by rotate is this. I'm going to need some board space, so I'm going to do some erasing here. What I'm going to have you guys do now, those of you who I said was a sideways thumbs that did these problems and who have been helped and you feel that you really understand it now, I would like for you guys to go ahead and try to do what everybody who had a thumbs up were doing. So I would like you guys to try to do these problems, okay? So go ahead and quietly start working on these. You guys are very you guys anticipate a lot, that's fine. Let's just try to raise our hand. All right, for those of you who have finished this and you feel like you mastered that, what I would have you guys do is finally go on and do some practice with the trading and addition that we've already done from the start. So trading and addition, which is on page 18. And I would like you guys to do numbers 1, 2, and 3 only. If you're feeling real brave, what does brave mean? Let me tell you what that means. If you're feeling real brave, if you feel like you got this, and once I checked it, I'm gonna put brave right here. You know what? If you guys are feeling real brave, here's what I'm gonna try you out for. Do page 19, but that's after I've checked that, okay? Page 19, number 25, and number 36. Okay. Any questions to the instructions?
No.
Okay, if you were a sideways thumbs, this is what you're doing now. If you were a thumbs up, you guys move to doing this, okay? Give you guys about 4 or 5 minutes to work on it as I walk around and help, and then we get ready to go.